9:38 a.m. as we continue with the broadcast this morning right here on Salam Media, and it is the day of Thursday, and this evening at Maghrib, the night of Jum'ah will set in, and we can only turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for his help, for his assistance, for his mercy, for his blessings, and also at the same time his mercy descending on the people of Palestine. And last night, we had Sheikh Muhammad Kala and Maulana Ibrahim Musa, and they spoke quite extensively, just referring to the Quran, referring to Gaza, and how Gaza has actually brought us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In fact, many, many right across the entire world. And this is the reason why tonight being the night of Thursday, Wheel to Heal, and there is a solidarity mass zikr that is taking place for the liberation of Palestine. It is taking place at Masjid al-Quds between Maghrib and Isha, when the time on when the night of Jum'ah actually kicks in. And this is the blessed night of Jum'ah, inshallah. And joining us to tell us more is Dr. Ilyas Parker out of Cape Town. Dr. Ilyas, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to your good self and our dear listeners. Indeed, a pleasure to be in your esteemed company under these
Yeah.
very challenging circumstances.
Well, Jazakallah, it is definitely challenging, and we're getting news by the minute, by the hour, in terms of the atrocities, the genocide that is unfolding, and all of us saying we need to turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Alhamdulillah, right across the entire country, right across the entire world, we've seen so many people coming much closer to Allah, closer to making dua, making zikr as well. And we know Cape Town has been known, and not only in the time of crisis. We've seen it over and over again every Thursday night without fail. We've seen, programs being held. We've seen people fasting for Palestine for years now, Alhamdulillah. And tonight, this mass zikr in solidarity with the people of Palestine taking place at Masjid al-Quds.
Well, if this truth be told, we as human mankind, and we as Allah's creation, it is an imposition on us to make sure that we are there to support, we are there to provide humanitarian aid for Allah's creation. So what we could do, we could lift up our hands and make dua extensively. And I think, particularly heralding the last genocidal attack since October the 7th, I think that's exactly, you're correctly saying, what is happening throughout the entire world. And one must admit and agree that this is one of the most compelling challenges in human history, mankind's human history, that we are currently contending with. What we are saying as Will to Heal, we're saying that as a group of cyclists, we want to make a further extenuating difference to the lives of those people in Palestine, those that are suffering. The genocidal effect has become horrific, to say the least. So we are clubbing together 75 cyclists on Sunday morning at 7 o'clock, at 6 o'clock rather. We'll be leaving for Masjid al-Quds. It will be 75 cyclists riding 75 kilometers, hoping to raise 750,000 rand, hoping to fill at least one truck that could take humanitarian aid to Gaza. That is the material difference that we can make. But you are so correct. Before that, we need to beseech the Almighty. We need to enter into the arena of Allah's blessings, Allah's reward. We need to use the midnight oil and lift up our hands and beseech the Almighty to grant us success, to put us in a position that we may be of help to the people of Gaza. Be that material in the form of money, or the material of us making difference. We would so much like to actually go there and make a more concrete difference and take part in whatever is happening there. But since there is not a pragmatic solution, we are saying let's continue to make dua. Let's use the Yom al-Jummah night tonight. Make the effort to get as close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and lift up our hands to beseech Him to provide relief for Palestine. And let us, if not in our lifetime, my brother, but let Islam, let the Muslim world celebrate one day the liberation of Palestine.
Well,
Palestine will be
certainly.
free from the river to the sea is merely a rhetoric at the moment. We are making dua. We are working and salvaging ourselves towards realizing and concretizing that rhetoric. And we are inviting each and every Muslim in Cape Town and around. Make sure that you are at Masjid al-Quds tonight to take part in this historic mass zikr. And may the benefit thereof reverberate through the lives of those people suffering in Gaza. And may we, the cyclists, be in a position to raise more than 750 so that we can pull two trucks. And I have to say, There are cyclists from all parts of South Africa that are taking part. They are cycling on their own. They are connecting up with Wheel to Wheel through the Strava platform. And this has just been an exhilarating experience. How people have rallied to support this, as I said, the most compelling human disaster that we have experienced over many, many years.
Yes, Dr. Ilyas, you speak about people rallying together, coming together, and it is absolutely amazing. You're looking at obviously Wheel to Heal, and there are so many initiatives right across the entire country where people have rallied together that have actually embraced the cause of Palestine as their own cause. And, in fact, we were due to speak to somebody talking about Eat with a Purpose. Now, these are all innovative ways at the end of the day, but the underlying issue here or the key issue here is the support for the people of Palestine. It is about saving the people of Palestine. It is about saving humanity. And, just last night I was at an event and it is amazing. It is amazing where even on social media, somebody quoted statistics where there was something like 8 billion posts in favor of Israel, but there were like over 180 billion posts right across the entire world in support for the people of Palestine. That alone speaks volumes in terms of the support and the level of support because, we are humanitarians at the end of the day. We can be sporting people, we can be cyclists, we can be soccer stars, we can be whatever, we can be artists, but each to each, we have our own special way of supporting this cause to save humanity and to save the people of Palestine.
Do enough, whether it is making dua, whether it is physically trying to make a material difference. But we must also not forget to make dua for those that are claiming to be the custodians of this deen in Muslim majority countries. We must make dua that Allah must grant them the hidayah to migrate their thinking in a more prudent way that justifies the thinking, the behavior, the action of a true Muslim nation. I think the catastrophe that you are experiencing is partly because of the docile attitude towards the genocide by some of our Muslim majority nations. And I think that is something that we must also lift up hands and ask Allah to change their course, their direction of thinking. Because at the end of the day, it is a collective effort that ultimately is required in order to eradicate these genocidal protocols of Zionist Israel. I think that is what we require. My late father always said, if you want to punch somebody, you don't punch him 5 times with your 5 fingers. You clench your fist together and you land that punch. Likewise, if we want to make an impactful difference to the people of Palestine, and let's face it, we're talking of 75 years. The Nakba is 75 years. But this started many, many years ago. So it's by time that we need to stand together and we need to land that punch, that is devastating to the point where we can see the reversal of situation and Palestine being on its way to be liberated. I think that is what is required. And at the end of the day, we will make sure that what we do will only happen through the ordained mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Well, it's definitely, and tonight, obviously, it all begins by turning to Him. Just looking, is there any set program? Is there any fixed program that is taking place at Masjid Al Quds this evening, Dr. Ilyas?
Well, the zikr is going to happen between Maghrib and Isha. So we'll have a short address by Brother Mahmoud Khatib. And I think we decide, and maybe myself will speak for 5 minutes. But the vast majority of the time is going to be used in trying to be in the company of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in trying to get a divine inspiration for us to bring about the type of change that we want to. We have to admit, nothing will happen without the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is where it starts. And hopefully, we will still see in our lifetime the type of change in course of action that we are so dearly looking forward to.
Well,
But
inshallah, we certainly look at it.
the other point I want to make is so on Sunday, when we conclude the ride, we will meet at Islamia and we're calling on everybody to be part of the historic moment. We've got Dr. Alan Busak that's also going to be address the crowd, as well as the deputy ambassador of Palestine. And we will be unveiling something that is going to be the iconic reflection of what everybody is making dua as far as Palestine is concerned. I unfortunately cannot let the cat out of the bag, but it's going to be the first of its kind. I'm sure not even in Palestine we've had the fortitude to produce something of this kind. It's happening here at the southern tip of Africa in Cape Town. So everybody, please join us and be part of this historical unveiling of what, as I said, is a reflection of the strings and du'as that people have made, billions of people have made for many, many years. Inshallah, make dua that we have the full realization, the full impact thereof, and that it actually culminates in the type of change that is needed and that we are all looking forward to, inshallah.
Well, inshallah. In fact, Dr. Ilyas, I know you won't let the cat out of the bag, but I know, knowing Cape Town, knowing the people of Cape Town, it is going to be something very, very special. And I just wanted to point out one thing is when we were there for the Dr. Metz Gilbert campaign as well, Cape
Yes,
Town, from the time, the warm welcome at the airport, the medical fraternity, the guard of honor, all of that really. And these were very, very special moments for us at Salam Media, Alhamdulillah. And I think the day when I left the airport, and I think I needed to point this thing out to you, the one image that touched me is we were driving to the airport. On the side of the road, there was a lady selling toilet rolls. And from this pile of toilet rolls, there was a flag of Palestine that was actually flying. You were from her pile of toilet rolls that you were selling. Now, this is now, somebody in their own way showing their solidarity, but really, it was a very, very touching, it was very, very profound. So I thought I'll just mention that to you as well.
experience I had yesterday. So I get a call from one of the principals of the poorest Muslim school, primary school in Cape Town, in a poor area. They say they're having their awards evening. Their children have sacrificed their pocket money, collected from their friends' pocket money over the last 4 Fridays. And they made a collection which they want to give to Wheel to Heal as that school's contribution towards our effort to raise 1.5 million rand. And I went there, took part in the award evening. They raised 6,500 rand.
Allahu Akbar. Wow.
That to me is, and I had to stand there and say that I make dua that whatever money reaches the children of Palestine, may Allah in His infinite mercy reward these children from the school. And the name of the school is Muhammadiyah. And I think it was a most an awakening for all of us. We sometimes get stuck into our lives, which sometimes is not essential. And here we find children in a very low sub-economic income area using their school money to actually aggregate an amount for Palestine and Gaza. And I think that to me was absolutely heartwarming. So I can share your sentiments, my brother.
Well, Jazakallah for that, Dr. Ilyas, and also for bringing that up, really giving us a lot of food for thought. And I know, Cape Town, a lot of people will be converging in Cape Town over the next few weeks on holiday as well. And inshallah, let us not lose sight of the fact that these atrocities will still continue. Let us not get lost in our own celebrations, inshallah, and let us continue in our support. Let us continue with the momentum that has been gained until now. But for now, we thank you. We say Jazakallah khairan to you for taking time out, talking to us as well, and to all involved at Will to Heal as well. And inshallah, all goes well with the cycle on Sunday as well, inshallah, and also with the Mess Zikr. We make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the duas, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the zikr of the people that are going to be attending tonight, inshallah, at Masjid
So
al
we
Quds.
please accept our most profuse appreciation to your staff, management, for the kindness, addressing and giving us this airtime, and for supporting and disseminating this message that is so crucial to the people of Palestine, inshallah.
Inshallah, Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Dr. Ilyas Parker with us this morning right here on Salam Media. And with that, we're going to go for a break. We'll come back. We'll be joined by Martin Jensen talking about mass action against Cape Union Mart in Cape Town.